What's up, everybody? This is Kenny Cummins here. You are chilling with Kenny C. And, chilling can be used in many ways. And I like to say that this guest that I have personifies the word chilling, at least musically per se. Saxophonist, a tremendous musician. He goes and he's a fellow junior, like yours truly. David Carr Jr. is joining me right now. How's it going, sir?
What's up? How you doing? If I was any better, I'd have to be twins. But you and I both. The world's not ready for that. Not quite yet.
Yeah. So, and you're looking real fly with the glasses, man. You definitely personified chilling. So I'm glad to have you on the show this
Thank you for
evening.
having me. Thank you for having me.
Learning about your musical journey up to this point. With that being said, man, what got you into, being a musician?
Man, it would be my dad. My dad, they call him Big Dave. You know, he was a big brother, about 6'8". So when he walked in the room, everybody said, "Okay, who's that?" And he pulled out a saxophone, like, "Oh my Lord, what's happening?" So it was my dad. He inspired me. My life has changed the first time I got to see him play.
As the saying go, like father, like son.
Yes, absolutely.
So I see you do use saxophone. That's definitely your thing, saxophone. Do you play any other instruments?
I play enough to be dangerous, especially in the studio. I can play enough boards and most musicians I've ever met, when they decide to switch or change instruments or add an instrument to their repertoire, it's just a matter of practicing and working on it. But my main axe is and always will be the saxophone. And so I play enough stuff to get my production done and stuff like that. But my main focus, I don't know if I'm learning how to play this thing or if it's learning me still after almost 50 years of it. So still loving it. Loving the surprises.
Very, very true. You say 50 years, still going. Just having the longevity, just having that passion to still go to this day is quite amazing. Anyone that has the passion to do something like that for so long definitely deserves props,
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I really do.
So as far as the longevity, man, like what keeps you going? Is it music? Is it people around you? What keeps you going after all these years?
I've made. I don't know if I blindly made them as a younger man, learning how to play, and all the different musicians that influenced me and gave me tips here and there, and my natural curiosity of music and where it could go, and maybe kind of take it where somebody else did it, not just in the playing of the instrument, but the direction of music, the compositions, the story. Are you going to try to tell a story? Is it about the modal? Is it math? Is it just straight jazz? Is it? I don't want any of those answers being able to be those questions to be answered if you listen to one of my pieces. If you listen to my work, you're like, was this cat jazz? Is he well, I don't know. Is commercial? Is it oh wait, just let him play. Just let him play.
Yeah.
But I grew up playing blues. I grew up on the blues. That's why I cut my teeth on blues.
I will say my dad definitely got me into listening to blues.
Yeah.
He jazz blues. He'd be in the office. He'd be playing the 6-7 minute long instrumentals.
Yes, sir.
And me as a youngin at the time, maybe my early tens, and I was like, "Dad, man, what's up with these long instrumentals?
Yes,
Like,
sir.
son, you got to feel it." Like you gotta really, really feel it. It's once you get old, once you get to your 20s and 30s, you probably understand.
Yeah,
This is it's the mood's a stress reliever for me. That's what he be saying.
it's a journey.
Yeah.
These cats, I don't. It was just this musical journey they would take you on. They'd start a piece of music, and by the time they got through, dynamically switching up and changing up the mood right in the middle of a bar or something. Just, hey man, come follow me now. Am I ready to take a solo? Now you're gonna follow me on this solo. I got a little story to tell you on this solo. And it's one of those things where when I finally met Grover Washington Jr. years ago, I went to one of his concerts. This is like the third or fourth time I'd seen him, but I didn't get to meet him.
Mhm.
And I got backstage to meet him. And what year is that? I think it's 1995.
Okay.
And he said he grabbed me and hugged me like he had known me. He said, "David, just remember this. There's room for everybody." And that stuck with me ever since then. And I was good then, but I put listening to him, listening to my own musical direction. There's just music in there, just music in there. Go get it all up. Just get it. Just make a piece. Make them feel it. Insist they feel it when you start playing. Insist on it.
Mhm. Well said. Well said. So obviously your dad got you into music.
Yes.
Who else would you consider like some of your musical influences? They could be any artist, any genre. Who else out there inspire you as a
After my
musician?
after my pops, then I got an ear for King Curtis,
Mhm.
legendary saxophonist, some Gene Amos, and then I can't remember, was it Hank Crawford or Grover Washington after that. So the list kept getting longer. Then I started listening to a little opera music. I listened to a little bit of hardcore bop, bebop, straight ahead jazz. Um, then here comes Prince. Like, oh my God, what is that? Yeah, you know. So it's just everything. Nine Inch Nails. I love me some Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails. All these people still influence me to this day. Still influence me and inspire me. You know, still inspire me.
Yeah, Prince especially.
Oh my God.
Just
I've got a
pump.
beautiful song I wrote. I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize for that. When I got the news that he had passed, it broke my heart. I don't know him, but his work just is in me. His influences are in me. So I was sitting here in the studio. I just turned around. I think somebody called and told me. I turned around my boards and I was like, okay, something's in there, something's in there. I wrote this beautiful piece called Purple that you can stream or buy the album. It's on the They Say album, but you can buy it as a single too. I suggest buying the whole album, They Say, because it's a hot album. But on Spotify or Pandora, it's all out there. So it's a beautiful song, and you'll be able to listen to it and go, yeah, that cat was hurt when he played that, when he wrote that one. Yeah, because he was a giant as far as an influencer. And there's a list of giants. I mean, we still have Stevie Wonder. We still have a lot of our legends. We still have a lot of them. The Prince to go so early in the game, and no genre was foreign to him. And he wrote. There would we won't see another one of him for another 100 years. I believe
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's once in a
Yeah,
generation,
yeah,
once in a lifetime, however you want to categorize it.
yes, sir.
Stevie, he's still doing music to this day.
Yes,
He
sir.
does it so smoothly
Yeah.
with the shades and the piano and the hair sway, like
And
what's
nobody sounds like Stevie. Nobody.
no.
You
Like
know.
I got some of his old music. I had to quote unquote borrow from my dad. Um, just Yeah, Stevie's one is he's top tier.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
I love Stevie. Always have, always will be. Um, so you coming from the jazz and the blues, those two genres still resonates in most of today's music, obviously. Just being influenced by artists, different genres, different walks of life. I mean, from your perspective, what's your thoughts on jazz and blues, those genres in particular, still being so influential after all these years?
It's for me personally, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
When the for the saxophonist, when music kind of took a weird turn in the late '90s, and I started noticing, why is it all starting to sound the same? It kept on and kept on. Then the genre just kind of petered off. The so-called, I don't they didn't have they just called it jazz. Then they came up with smooth jazz. Then, and I said, well, I don't want to be part of the smooth jazz vibe. I don't want to do that because that's something else. That's not the story being told by cats playing music. It's just like you put that slot in there that last amount of time for the commercial break, and this will last this amount of time. We want it all like this. That was never going to work for me. So that's why a major label never signed me, because I wasn't going to give up on the creative part of the process. Is that meant if I felt like I was going to play on a song for 9 minutes, that's what was going to happen. It was going to go on the album like that. And but of course, people say, "Oh, your songs are so long." Yeah, but people that like my music, they say, "Man, I'm glad you play those songs long, like like they used to." And some of them are 3, 4 minutes, depends on the song, but 90% of them I play until I get tired of playing. When I bought albums as a kid, and like I said, what tipped me over to just fall in love and with that music of Herbie Hancock, all these guys. When an album came out, it might have 5 or 6 songs on it. That was an album. The songs were 5, 6, 7 minutes long a piece. Now they had the edited versions they did for radio. They had, the little 45s. You got, I don't know how old you are. You may not remember those stuff. I might be taking you, but you can, yeah, you're probably younger enough to be my child. So you're dead, but no, you got your little 45. I got one sitting here I played on years ago for a partner of mine. Yeah. And they would edit down a version for radio, make it a little bit shorter, but people couldn't wait to get the album. They wanted the whole song, and so I'm either stuck or stupid or just, I don't know. I don't know. I just love what I do, and I still love it. I'll be 62 in July. And I got a single I just dropped it a couple months ago, so called Salient Touch. It's a hot little jam too, and that's available for downloading and streaming and stuff like that too. So I'm always recording and working on the next project. Got a concert coming up in July in Oklahoma City at the UCO Jazz Lab there at the university. I will be celebrating and trying to burn the place down all at the same time, July 9th, starting at 8 o'clock in Oklahoma City. That's where I'm originally from. So that's going to be fun. It's kind of a homecoming concert. And because, people's concerts got delayed and put off because of COVID and everything like that. So, but I'm still moving forward with the music. And it saved my life back then. It's saving my life now.
Well said, man. And my dad has those records.
Mm-hmm.
He still do.
Yes, sir.
Like if I go to his house, he got the player on one side, and then he's got the records like this wide.
Yeah.
Like this wide. 50, 60, 70 records.
Yeah.
And it just tells you how music has definitely evolved, and there are
Yes.
people that still do those records.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly independent artists. Obviously, just to get those, the elder supporters
Yeah.
that feel.
Yeah.
So if you want CD, we got you. We got the if you
Yeah.
want the records, we got you as that as well. You mentioned your latest single, Salience Touch. That's
Yes.
available on all the platforms. I did play that song earlier today. I love it, man. It just
Thank you,
made
brother. Thank
it,
you.
it made me feel in love with that genre again.
Yo, man.
Yeah,
See,
so
that's what I live for.
yeah,
It's
so
it's fun. It's funky. It's got a little sexy in it, and it's taking a little bit of a journey. Listen to the story in the music. There's always a story there if it's the right cat. There's always a story there. It's not just a piece of music. It's a little bit of a story there. I know. I'm over 60 years old. I know a story when somebody's taking me on a journey. I know the difference.
For more info on David Carr Jr., you can check out his website, davidcarrjr.com. Gets you posted on the music, upcoming shows. You can learn, get all the info for David. And he's got a lot in store in the summer in his home state of Oklahoma. So stay tuned for that. Um, I definitely have enjoyed this conversation.
I
Now,
have to. I have to.
I'm in my late 30s.
Okay.
I'll be 38 next month.
Okay. Also,
Um,
yeah, June baby. Yeah, you're a
yeah,
June child.
I'm a June child. I'm a
Yeah.
summer baby.
Yeah.
Um, so I enjoyed this conversation. It's an honor having you on the show.
The honor's mine, bro.
Thank you so much for your time and continue to do what you love, man. And it's definitely showing that music doesn't have an age limit. It's just whatever's in the depths of your soul, you just go for it and you just keep going for as long as you live it.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
appreciate you, man. Continue to do what you love and be blessed, man. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you so much for the interview, and you take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.
All right, man. Yeah, you enjoy the night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man.
All right. That was David Carr Jr. Got the junior connection.
Yes, sir.
Got to represent. Check out his website, davidcarrjr.com. It's got the music. It's got upcoming shows. All the info is on their social media sites. His old music, his new music, it's all there. So go check out davidcarrjr.com. We'll go ahead and wave bye to you as we end this Zoom chat.